G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is the worst named Call of Duty weapon in history. This is the FFAR 1, but if you squint your eyes to almost being closed, the 1 looks almost like a T, so it's the FFAR. Great. Fantastic. We're making fart jokes here. We're, what, 30 seconds in? But it gets worse than that. The FFAR actually means Fully Functional Assault Rifle, which, yeah, you'd hope so, wouldn't you? So I might just spend this video brainstorming a better name for this thing. If you can think of a better name, put it in the comments. I love my engagement bait. Give me your best. Anyways, moving along from that, this is a weapon that has been ported from Call of Duty Black Ops 6. That's the newest one as of this recording, although it has appeared in many different COD games before it. And it's based on a real-life firearm. You can tell by where the bipod is. The FAMAS, the French assault rifle. So yeah, it gets even worse. A terrible name and it's French. Yuck. Suppose you can also tell by the bullpup design and general shape of the thing as well, but the bipod, oh, that gives it away. This weapon features custom sounds and animations, just like you'd expect from any good Call of Duty weapon mod, and features lots of COD customizations. Pretty standard for what you'd get out of the Bethesda COD modding side of the COD ports, so you're gonna be incorporating all of these cool Call of Duty perks to make it feel a little bit more like it's from its native game back in Call of Duty, which I think is kind of creative, although some of these are way better than others. These are proficiency perks as they are, but yeah, this thing can get pretty crazy, so we're gonna push this thing as far as we can possibly go with it and see what kind of crazy DPS we can get out of this thing. And our starting point already, despite everything being as standard, is pretty strong with 90 damage per shot and a DPS of 864. That is well above average, and we haven't even modified this thing yet, so it's about to get pretty crazy. Hold on to your seats. First of all, we've got the receivers. If we go all the way down here, the auto advance gives us the strongest amount of damage and increases our DPS to 2,100, almost 2,200 at this stage. So, yep, good start. Now we go over to the sites, which contain a bunch of these Call of Duty sites, all very Walmart home brand, just to make sure we don't have to pay licensing fees, of course. So we'll throw on this Prismatech Reflex on. Neat. Now we get to the magazines. You got a standard 30, you can extend that, a faster version of the magazine, extended mag number 2, and the flip magazine, which gives you cool jungle tape, but the extended magazine will be our strongest capacity, so we'll do that one, even though it's going to cost us some reload time speed, but that's fine, don't worry about it. Now we go over these extraneous perks that the weapon offers, and not a lot of other COD mods do this, so this is kind of interesting. We'll go through them. So Blast Shield gives you some damage reduction, I suppose. Heavyweight, more carry weight, that's helpful. Faster regen on your action points. For Ready Up, ICU, faster HP regeneration, probably out of combat. Marathon increases the amount of action points, very strong. Quick Draw, aiming down sights, time halved, that's not so good. You got Nuclear Born, Rad Resist, meh. Then Sleight of Hand for faster reloads, very useful. Then Steady Aim for hip firing, more accurate, very good if you pair that with a laser sight. Perceptive is the VATS Enhanced Legendary Effect just for free. Resilience, falling damage negated, you can cover that with armor bits, so not really that useful in a weapon. And Stalker, increase speed movement while aiming down sights, so it's the Nimble Legendary Effect, I suppose. So yeah, some of these are better than others, of course, so we're gonna go for something like I think I want more action points for this thing so we can spam it in VAFs a little bit more. Next, we've got the ammo types, which will offer you a little bit of a way to increase your damage even further. There's also incendiary projectiles in a 5.56 platform. Cool. Cryo, hollow point, and depleted uranium for a little bit of that radiation flavor damage, which is neat. But hollow point gives you a whole lot more damage, so we'll throw that one on, and our DPS also going up considerably, almost 3,500. And here's your proficiency, so you can boost this even further with the proficiency up to 100%. It requires rank 5 in Commando, so you're not getting this one for free, but if we equip that one on, almost, yeah, just over 4,300 DPS, which is nice. You can change the pistol grip on this thing. Pick whatever you think looks cool. That one's got a massive trigger guard on it, so we won't be ramming our fingers into anything with this thing, so that's a safety benefit for us. Next, we've got the barrels, and there's some of these barrels will increase your range. The bottom one here will actually increase your damage a little bit. The CHF barrel, which looks like that, looks a little bit hideous. It's a dog's breakfast, but we increase our damage even further, almost up to 500 damage per shot. We've actually shifted our attachment point here, which is weird. I'll have to go and find out where we left off. Okay, we'll take it from the lasers. So you can have no lasers, a steady aim laser, which will give you, what, improves bullet spread when hip firing, a motion thing, which will increase your range accuracy, a tactical reduces recoil, and there's also this one, which reduces your the time aiming down sights. Or you could get this target laser, which does all of it with the green beam to boot. So yeah, that'll increase our range as well. Oh, that's... Okay, this is getting a little bit crazy, but we can push it even further. With the suppressors, we get the benefit of Ace Operator, and this monolithic suppressor also increases our range, so we don't even have to worry about a range penalty when it comes to this thing. We're almost pushing 6,000 DPS with this thing. It's overpowered, it's cool, don't worry about it. And we can also throw on a grip underneath the barrel. Now, this is just a visual thing. We don't actually get 19,000 DPS out of this thing, so we'll attach something that's cool here. Oh, nice. We can attach this one, which has another laser sight onto it. You know what? We've already come this far. We'll put the G grip on it. G standing for Gina, the German Shepherd. Go Pies. And we've also got an option for a stock here, which changes the padding of it a little bit. This one reduces your movement speed, or improves flinch resistance and movement speed when aiming down sights. That's helpful. That brings our DPS back down to earth as well. So now the numbers aren't bugged. And if we wanted to be really cheeky with this thing, if we chuck on the two-shot legendary effect, no, that's too much. Anyway, so that's our FFAR. I'll show you how to get them. We'll start shooting stuff. See how we go. This weapon can be crafted on a chemistry workbench. Find it under weapon FFAR, and it requires adhesive, aluminum, plastic, rubber, screws, and steel. No perks required, so you can get this pretty early on should you have all of these materials available to you. Alrighty, so here we are outside of the Immersive Gunners Plaza. Here is our FAMAS facsimile, our FFAR 1 in first person, and you gotta aim down sights. That's what that little reflex sight looks like. Looks pretty good. We're a bit blue out here. I've turned the filter on again, but here's a couple others that I made. So this one here has a 7x scope on it. It appears to be all of that magnification, which is nice, and the scope sway is completely still if you crouch, which is nice. This thing's only got one of those 30-round magazines, but it's got the jungle tape, so it looks cool. You just can't see it, so looking cool, that's kind of moot there. Here, this one is extended mag with basic attachments with a laser sight on the side there, and iron sights, because, well, we don't need it. These last two, without the suppressors, haven't been enhanced to overpowered spec, so these ones are going to be a little bit more grounded as we get into combat. This one here has a thermal scope, which will highlight enemies, probably the same as a targeting HUD for the power armor. We're going to start off with this crazy one with all of the attachments and everything maxed out, because honestly I just want to shoot people with this thing just to see how it goes, and maybe we'll clean up a monster with it first. But here's the outfit. It's just a Vitor March dress, and we've got some a watch and a wristband from one of the swimsuit mods. What's it called? The one that was put into New Vegas. Who made it? I can't remember, but you know, there's some accessories there. They show up in first person, which is nice. Anyways, let's see what kind of crazy damage we can get. Are we one-shotting these guys? Yeah, so that's pretty much how it goes. We'll go over to our snipey one now and mow them down from back here. The 60-round magazine. Well, actually, this one's only 30 rounds, but still, with a fast reload like that, the downtime between the magazines isn't all that much. Nothing really much to worry about there. The only way I could make this better if I was to use VAFs and have everyone slow down a little bit. So obviously this is sort of a thing with the Bethesda COD modding, or Warfighter mods as it were, used to be known. Balance, probably a little bit too much, but then again you could always have a little bit of self-restraint and not create absolute monsters such as this. Use something like, say, this one, which is still going to be strong. We've got the advanced receiver, or rather the best receiver on this thing, but it's a little bit more grounded. The DPS is still going to be absolutely crushing, but I don't know, maybe I just need a cruisy run today. we'll get this over nice and quickly. And the hipfire on this thing with this laser sight is superb as well. So aiming down sights, if you don't like the iron sights, just hipfire this thing. And with this thing's crazy rate of fire and what can be made a crazy... You gonna shoot me, mate? Thank you. What can be made with a... Yeah, crazy rate of fire and crazy mag capacity. Like, missing a couple of shots here and there. Really not the end of the world, is it? No. We'll go over to our thermal scope one. Doesn't appear to be that thermal. I should be able to see that person quite clearly. Oh, incoming Molotov. Not a bad throw for a recruit. See, I think one of the main gunner recruitment tools is the old Molotov throw. If you can throw it accurately at, I don't know, 100 meters, then welcome aboard. Which apparently people in the Commonwealth just know how to do. So maybe it's like a baseball thing. You know, living around Fenway Park, perhaps the people around this area of the Boston just had a natural ability to pitch a baseball and would then be able to have a good throwing arm for Molotovs and whatnot. Wanted to crouch there. Alright, time for a bit of VAFs. Cheats. No, wait, no, I've already killed those guys. Alright, door breach time. Alright, this shouldn't take long. We'll just open this up and things are going to be better. Well, that was fun. And the best part is that this is the bulk of that killing after I stopped cheesing everything with sneak critting was the subdued versions without any of those round upgrades. So that's interesting. I think her dress looks even redder with this blue filter. Okay, now we're going to face the Swan. Looks like he hasn't got any friends around, so we'll load up a fresh magazine on this one, and then we'll just hammer him. Less than half a magazine. Pretty strong. See, that ghoul was like, yeah, I'm out of here. Whatever killed that thing, I don't want to be standing in front of. And anyways, well, that's it for that. I guess we'll move on. We've also got red shoes that's matching the dress. These are the Heartbreaker shoes from Vitor. It's a March dress. Did I mention that? The colors are almost there. They're never in the camera at the same time, so you don't really notice that they're super different. I tend to avoid the color red too much. It's the color of communism, which is a very disgusting concept, and the color is guilty by association. Wearing too much red, nah, you don't want to be a communist. Anyways, let's do a bit of sniping on invisible people. We'll have to sort of go off all of the damage numbers rising off these phantoms down here in order to figure out exactly where they are. Oh, terrible time to reload. I think there's one right there. Yeah. Nice. This weapon is so powerful that I was actually able to help this settlement, which normally just gets ignored because I'm way too focused on this thing. I think the blue filter helps offset this red communist color. I'm not a communist. Yuck. I think, like, red's Matilda's color anyway, because on the Grognat costume, the boots and the top that you get as, like, a female character, it's got that little bit of a red in it. And look at him reviving all his friends. No mercy for these ghouls. In fact, I'm going to carry a bit of gun food damage in this next one. Or at least I would if I remembered you could carry it if you switch weapons over, but no, we're not messing around with this gigantic mosquito today. We're going to mow him down before he even has a chance to find me. And now he's coming in. Oh, no you don't. I'm going to try to poke him. Let's see if I can do a lot of damage with that. Okay, we've seen much higher amounts of damage with this thing, with bash damage weapons before. With Warfighter, this one seems to be a little bit more grounded than that. This glowing sea is way too blue. I need to switch to a green filter when I'm around here. Alright, we'll finish this off by shooting at some bears with the more subdued variant. This probably shouldn't take long, but I think all in all we're in for a pretty cruisy run with this thing. There's a nice little level up there. And as they come closer, they'll get more into range, and we'll start seeing this thing shred their armor. Or not their armor, their health bar, in fact. Their armor remains unchanged. Or they're literally leapfrogging over each other. And I love how this gigantic bear, this apex predator of the Commonwealth, is thwarted by a set of train wheels. He can't figure out how to get over that. He can, however, set up a clever girl-esque flank on me, which is fairly clever. But unfortunately, he is unable to navigate the advanced pathing of this. And there's a mysterious stranger, by the way. Thank you for your contribution. Okay, what's the time today? It's 2:41. We've got plenty of time to get ourselves cleaned up because this is definitely an outfit. We're going out tonight again. Good neighbor nightlife is where it's at. That's sort of been a theme over the last couple of videos. They're all dressed to the nines in these mostly sensible shoes. Yeah, we haven't fallen over, so I suppose you could argue that it's sensible. But I think that's it. So this has been the FFAR 01. Oh, just one, actually. It's a pretty good weapon. I think execution-wise, I mean, art direction-wise, it's done pretty well. It's made its way into Fallout 4. There's no bugs or anything about it. I just think the numbers are tweaked a little bit too wacky. And obviously, you can just use the lesser attachments to get a more balanced approach to this. But, you know, maybe limiting the output to a extent might be a little bit more, well, I don't know. You just break this game so easy with this thing, so unless you exercise a bit of self-restraint, it might destroy the very fabric of your Fallout 4 save file as you know it, so, you know, just be aware of that. But all in all, a good weapon mod, I think, is well put together, and if you want to see this weapon go game, check out in the description. We see you next time. You notice the time before? It's late. It's almost midnight. I'm tired. I need to go to bed. Good night, everyone.